Hello and welcome back to the Music Theory Challenge, where every day we learn something new about music theory. Today we are learning nothing new. We are just doing review. This was probably the most densely packed unit in the whole challenge, and it will stay that way. The future units will be a lot easier. So go ahead and grab your writing utensil, a notebook, or grab the PDF where I've made pages for every single video in this challenge. Now, first in this challenge, we learned about the enharmonic notes. Enharmonic notes, or we called them enharmonic equivalent. And just to review, if we went to the keyboard, I'm going to draw a quick one here, and I'm going to give you a little pop quiz here on the screen. Don't worry, you can take a breath. It's not very serious. Okay, so if this is a keyboard, and these are our black keys, how many names do our black keys have? See, our white keys typically go by one name, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, B. But our black keys, what if I'm going up the keyboard? What is the name of this first black key next to C? C sharp. What about this next black key next to D? D sharp. Next to F, what is that black key? F sharp. Next to G, what is the black key? G sharp. And next to A, what is the black key? A sharp. Perfect. From this, we wrote our chromatic scale ascending. So go ahead and write the words chromatic scale ascending. My writing's not very neat because I'm writing in the air. So our chromatic scale ascending is all of the notes in order. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, be careful, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, I'm running out of space, I'm going to do it under A sharp, B, be careful, then C. This is our ascending chromatic scale. So you can grab your ukulele and start on string C and play it open, and then first fret, second fret, third fret, and go down that scale. Or you can get your guitar, start on string B, right? But start on the first fret. Your first fret would be the first C. And then you can go through your chromatic scale ascending. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna erase this for a second. Now, if I were coming back down the keyboard, these little notes on top would have a different name. So what about this one next to B? That's B flat, A flat, G flat, nothing under F, then E flat, then D flat. And I'm gonna add a little C over here. If I write the scale, the chromatic scale, descending, meaning going down, and I start on that C, then we have C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, E flat, I'm running out of space, I'm going to go next here, D flat, and C. And that's our chromatic scale descending. So once you reach the top of the scale on your ukulele or guitar or any instrument, then work your way backwards saying the names by the flatted name. So this is the chromatic scale descending. Again, I'm going fast because this is a review class, but if you're finding yourself not understanding it, or you're thinking like, oh, I need a refresher, then it's a good opportunity for you to go back to that video. Next, we learned enharmonic notes, and I asked you to draw a keyboard, but this time C, D, E, F. I had you make the space is kind of big for writing two note names, but I said you don't need to make these as hollow as I'm making them. You can just write on top. And so now I would like for you to write both names for that same note. So going up, I'm writing them sideways so they fit. A C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. But descending, they go by their flatted name and the key that's before them, right? So B flat, A flat, and make sure that it's always a different letter. E flat and D flat. It is wrong if you have in a key here both a C sharp and a C flat. That's wrong. Make sure that the letters inside the keys are different. C sharp, D flat, D sharp, E flat. So make sure those are different. And when one key has two names, it's called the enharmonic name. Enharmonic name, or it's an enharmonic note, or the enharmonic equivalent. The key word here being enharmonic. And I gave the example that I go by two names. I go by Bernadette or I go by Plazi. And those seem totally different, but it's still the same person. Here it's still the same note. It just has two names. So that was the enharmonic equivalent. And then we needed to know the enharmonic equivalent when we went to our circle of fifths. We'll come back to that in just a second. But we learned also how to find the relative minor. And we did that by starting with a major scale. It can be your favorite major scale, but I just did C because it's an easy one to write. And we went to the 6th scale degree or 6th scale step. And you rewrite the scale starting from that point using all the same notes. Now, typically when something is minor, you'll see it written in lowercase, but you don't have to. It's just an option so that you in your head know, that's minor. It's just a very quick communication tool. So that's how you find the relative minor. You go to the 6th scale degree of any scale. So let's try a different scale just to try it. Let's try the D major scale. So first, I always like writing all the letters. And D major scale has how many sharps? Do you remember? 2 sharps. Let's go to the 6th scale degree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then B minor, you just rewrite it with the same notes, same sharps, same everything. And now you have your relative minor scale, the relative minor of D major. And it goes by the same name when you flip it. This is the relative major of B minor. So these are just relatives. And we needed those to really finish our circle of fifths. In the interest of time, I'm not going to break down why I add every single note to the circle of fifths. We had a really nice breakdown video. And I did also recommend Gracie Terzian's video for the circle of fifths because I just love the way that she did it. And speaking of Gracie, she recommends, or she started off writing her keys using the order of sharps. Fat cows go down and eat bread. And I like adding the last sharp keys after that. And so we did our C major scale right now, right? We did the relative minor. If you remember what it was, awesome. If you don't, just count to 6. C, D, E, F, G, A. And that's the relative minor. Now from this point, you have two options on how to fill in the rest of the circle. You can go by fifths, like go to the fifth step of A, B, C, D, E. Or you can go to the sixth scale degree of its relative major. And that would also give you E. So you have options on how to like approach the relative minors. So then the fifth scale step or the fifth scale step after E would be B. You can double check it by doing a D major scale and what's the sixth scale degree. And then if you train your eye to see the order of sharps and flats throughout the circle of fifths, like fat cows go down and eat bread. And then order of flats, B, E, A, D, G, C, F. B, E, A, D, G, C, F. You can start to fill in more of the circle with that rule. In the PDF, I did give you a complete circle, but also in the video where we went all the way through it. So again, this unit was the heaviest. It was a super heavy unit. So if you felt stressed or overwhelmed by that full circle of fifths lesson, know that I was there too when I was a music major. It was a lot to take in, but the circle of fifths is a reference for you to use when you need to find the keys, the notes in a specific scale. And it's just meant for you to absorb information from it. But I know there are the students watching who want to know, how do you build a circle of fifths and why does this note follow that note? So that's why we did break it down in this class. But to be completely honest with you, I was really scared of adding this lesson and losing people the rest of the challenge. So let me know how you're feeling. And if you'd like me to do a longer video, like one where I take maybe 20-30 minutes explaining the circle of fifths, not in this challenge, just a standalone video, I can do that. But again, let me know. I was trying to keep all of the videos in this challenge shorter, something digestible. So again, but please give me your feedback because that's how I improve future videos in this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next unit. It's going to be a lot easier. We're going to be playing our instruments and starting to read the music notation and find out where the notes fit on our guitars and ukuleles. Breathe, and I'll see you there. Ciao!